Have you ever encountered an individual who appears amiable, articulates all the appropriate sentiments, yet evokes an inexplicable sense of unease within you? Disengaged? Have you ever experienced that nuanced tension, an inexplicable discomfort that eludes definition? A subtle intuition murmurs. There exists an incongruity concealed within that facade. Carl Jung, a distinguished figure in the exploration of the human psyche, articulated a profound concept known as the shadow. The shadow represents the concealed aspects of our being, the emotions we restrain, the impulses we reject, ultimately manifest in the world through veiled expressions. When an individual experiences feelings of envy, resentment, or hatred, they frequently refrain from articulating these emotions overtly. However, it exists. Should you direct your focus, you will undoubtedly observe it. Even when attempts are made to conceal it, the indicators remain ever present. In this video, I will elucidate 8 definitive indicators that an individual in your proximity may covertly possess animosity, despite outwardly presenting themselves as a friend. Exercise caution, as sign number 8 stands as the most perilous of all, potentially altering your perception of certain individuals in your life indefinitely. Prior to our commencement, kindly ensure that you subscribe to the Deep Psyche channel to remain informed about our content focused on personal and spiritual development. Let's commence. Sign 1. Disdain cloaked in irony. Concealed animosity does not invariably manifest overtly. Certain individuals convey it via sardonic humor, nuanced critiques, or incisive irony. They mock matters that they are aware hold significance for you. Your visage, your history, your aspirations, and the moments in which you respond. Surely, I was merely engaging in jest. Refrain from being overly sensitive. Are you unable to appreciate humor? This conduct is perilous as it results in emotional distress and bewilderment, all the while allowing them to preserve a facade of purity. However, persistent sarcasm regarding particular subjects seldom serves merely as a form of humor. It often indicates an underlying disdain. Carl Jung posited that when individuals suppress certain aspects of their identity, those repressed elements frequently manifest in their perceptions of others. When an individual resorts to humor as a means to critique particular facets of your character, they inadvertently disclose an element of their own identity that they struggle to embrace. Indications of understated interference. When an individual in your inner circle perceives a threat from your advancement, they may resort to subtle and indirect methods of undermining your progress. Not overtly, not conspicuously, but rather in a nuanced manner. It may manifest as misguided counsel, unintentional lapses in memory, or the selective omission of significant information. A companion who neglects to inform you about a scheduled gathering, a coworker who provides inaccurate details right before a crucial deadline, an individual who consistently appears to introduce complexity at pivotal junctures. Should these errors occur once, that is acceptable. However, when such occurrences repeat themselves consistently, particularly at the most inopportune moments, it transcends mere forgetfulness. It is a covert form of undermining. Jung elucidated that individuals who lack the fortitude to confront their own shortcomings frequently project their frustrations onto others, engaging in sabotage, often unconsciously, as a means to evade feelings of inferiority. Sign 3. A quiet contest. Certain individuals are unable to tolerate your achievements unless their own are surpassing yours. Whenever you convey positive developments, they seem compelled to surpass your experience or redirect the attention toward their own narratives. You assert, "I have finally attained a promotion." It is often remarked, "Indeed, I accomplished that many years prior." One engages in a discourse regarding one's novel concept. They unexpectedly possess something more substantial or superior. This form of competition lacks a sense of playfulness. It possesses a certain nuance, and gradually it erodes your self-assurance. Carl Jung posited that projection frequently occurs when individuals perceive in others what they are unable to cultivate within themselves. When individuals experience feelings of inferiority, they often attempt to diminish others in order to avoid confronting their own insecurities. When every dialogue devolves into a juxtaposition, it becomes evident that one is not engaged in a friendship, but rather entangled in a subtle conflict. Sign 4. Cursory assistance. Individuals who harbor hidden resentment towards you frequently feign support, albeit superficially. Their words are pleasant, yet they lack genuine warmth. They express, "I am pleased for your success." However, their energy lacks vitality, and at the moment of necessity, they are invariably absent. They consistently present a rationale. This becomes particularly evident during pivotal moments in one's life, when one anticipates genuine support, yet is met with silence or indifference. Jung discussed the concept of ego dissociation, a psychological mechanism that detaches individuals from their emotional experiences. It renders them emotionally detached and incapable of providing authentic support to those in their vicinity. One perceives it as a chill, a lack of concern, an emotional void. As time progresses, one begins to contemplate the reasons behind the persistent sense of solitude in the presence of this individual. Sign 5. A facade of control masquerading as genuine concern. Certain individuals may attempt to exert influence over your life while feigning concern for your well-being. They incessantly dictate your actions. Your decisions are subject to criticism. They sow uncertainties in your thoughts regarding your aspirations. And all of it is enveloped in the sentiment, "I genuinely care about you. I wish to prevent any harm from befalling you." However, the reality is as follows. The focus is not on your well-being. Their apprehension stems from a concern over relinquishing authority. Carl Jung posited that individuals who struggle to navigate their own internal turmoil frequently seek to exert control over others, thereby avoiding confrontation with their own instability. Genuine care fosters a profound sense of support. This form of care diminishes one's sense of autonomy, fostering feelings of insignificance, fragility, and reliance. Sign 6. Rumor and misrepresentation. Individuals who harbor concealed animosity towards you seldom engage in direct confrontation. Rather, they engage in discourse regarding you with others. They express their disapproval in your absence. Your shortcomings are often overstated. They disseminate insinuations, frequently crafted with a nuance that undermines your standing while evading detection. One may observe this phenomenon when individuals begin to exhibit a demeanor of aloofness without any apparent justification. Should your acquaintances or colleagues unexpectedly become aloof, take a moment to examine the situation more closely. It is possible that an inaccurate representation of your character is being conveyed to them. Jung posited that individuals, when grappling with feelings of insecurity or shame, often seek to externalize the discomfort by covertly undermining others. They disclose more regarding their own afflictions than they do about your character. Indicate 7. Yet find no fulfillment in your relation. Genuine companions take joy in your achievements. They experience a profound sense of joy in response to your accomplishments. However, an individual who harbors hidden resentment towards you finds it challenging to maintain even a facade of pretense. You share your accomplishment, and their response is, "Oh, that's interesting. Last year, I engaged in a similar endeavor." They tend to minimize your achievements or swiftly redirect the conversation. Carl Jung elucidated that individuals who struggle to experience joy for others frequently engage in an internal conflict, wherein your achievements serve as a stark reminder of their own shortcomings. Thus, rather than celebrating your achievement, they diminish its significance. When an individual consistently responds with indifference to your successes, it is not merely a matter of chance. It reflects a deeper underlying issue. Indicate 8. A silent act of treachery. This represents the most nuanced and perilous indication, as it transcends mere verbal communication and resides within their very essence. A fleeting gaze that diverts from your own as you articulate your thoughts. A smile that appears contrived. A silence that bears an excessive weight. When you discuss your achievements, their posture becomes rigid, their vocal inflection shifts, and their tone loses its vibrancy. Carl Jung posited that even when an individual conceals their emotions, the body remains an unerring testament to their true state. The subconscious invariably reveals itself. While empirical evidence may elude you, there exists an undeniable intuition, a palpable sensation that permeates the atmosphere in their presence. Your instinct perceives it long before your reasoning comprehends. Not all adversaries approach with weapons drawn. Some arrive adorned with expressions of joy. Carl Jung did not instruct us to harbor fear towards others. He instructed us to perceive them with clarity, to discern the concealed aspects of the human psyche, enabling us to safeguard ourselves. Pay heed to the subtle whisper within. It possesses knowledge. As your trust deepens, the influence of their facade diminishes. If this has awakened a profound response within you, then you're already embarking on a significant journey. Join Deep Psyche, a realm where the journey of inner transformation commences and perpetuates indefinitely. Until we meet again, remain aware, remain vigilant, and always heed the messages your inner self seeks to convey.